Hey guys, so it's your boy Kenneth Gore here, and I'm at the park at Hermann Park here in Houston, Texas. And I came out here just to kind of test my new Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. And what I can say so far from the test that I just did is this camera is absolutely a beast. It's really fun shooting with it. It has such a big screen. I can really see exactly what I'm shooting and filming. I guess you can consider this being an actual camera review. I haven't really done an official camera review before, but I guess I'm kind of going into that because I literally just got done shooting with this camera. Plus I've had it for a couple of days now, so I'm gonna give you guys my first take on the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 4K. Okay, I'm someone who's been shooting for a little over 10 years now, and I've had a lot of experiences with like DSLRs and mirrorless cameras. Right now I'm shooting on a Lumix G7. There's a whole train in this park going by right now. Okay, so coming from like a DSLR mirrorless camera world, I definitely have to say there's definitely a learning curve. You can't just pick it up and just know exactly what you're doing. I mean, you'll know the basis of it because you're a videographer or a photographer, but just picking this camera up and just running and gunning it, you have to have a little bit of a learning curve. This camera reminds me the most of like something like literally a film camera. If film cameras could literally come to life and become digital, this is what the Blackmagic Cinema camera is. For example, it's something I just learned a few minutes ago. You cannot delete files off of this camera. You know, like just like when you're shooting film, you can't go back and delete anything until you actually go develop all the film and just choose the ones you want. Well, with the Blackmagic Cinema camera, I didn't see anything for deleting. I even looked it up on Google and YouTube, but everyone's saying the same thing. You have to just record all your media, and then whenever you get to where you're going to edit what you got, choose what you like, and discard what you don't like. But other than that, that's really only the negative things I have to say. I know a lot of people talk about this camera isn't good for vlogging, and that's absolutely true. This camera is not the best camera for vlogging. That's why I'm vlogging on my Lumix G7, or else I would have vlogged this segment on the actual camera. The screen doesn't flip out any type of way or anything like that, so you can't see yourself, and there isn't any autofocus while you're recording. But those aren't like huge negatives. Like if you're a person who's trying to shoot a film anyway, you probably don't want to shoot on autofocus because you don't want the camera to be going in and out of focus while you're filming anyway. That looks really unprofessional. But there is a button on here for focusing or doing some form of autofocusing. Right here, now this is something I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers talk about. Okay guys, so right here there's a button that does actually let you focus on whatever you're looking at. Even while you're shooting and recording, it just doesn't do it by itself. You have to actually hit the button and it'll autofocus. But the dynamic range on this camera, like I can already see it working whenever I'm shooting like, clouds over the lake, or when I'm underneath the trees in the shade, but I'm shooting outside of the shade. It's a pleasure to work with. I can kind of see how soft everything is. Nothing's blown out too hard. I can put my zero strikes on if I really want to make sure that everything's exposed correctly. And the focus assist on this camera is amazing. Like, it highlights everything with like a red highlights just to show you what's in focus and what's not in focus. So that helped a lot. The screen not being able to come out and articulate isn't really a big deal for me. I actually plan on getting a monitor to put on top of this so I can be able to hold the camera low and not have to like look down and try to figure out what's on the screen. And plus, when I have the monitor on there, I just kind of feel like it's going to help sell the look, help me look a little bit more professional. So I actually like that. Once again, this is not a camera for vlogging. You can get some shots of yourself, put the camera on a tripod or, walk by it or whatever, stuff like that. But as far as like trying to like hold it like this, yeah, I don't see that really being a viable option. I'd rather just stick to the Lumix G7. So if you want to see a lot more coverage over the Blackmagic Cinema camera, I'll definitely be doing that. I might even compare it to the Lumix G7 to just see which one you would rather have. Okay guys, if you have any other questions about the Blackmagic that I didn't answer in this video, please leave a comment below and I'll try to respond to you as fast as I can. But I'll also be looking forward to making more videos about this camera in the future. Until then guys, I'll see you in the next video. Keep aiming for the top.